Hello everybody, Andy here from Glass Half Dead, the #1 kill team channel on YouTube, unless, of course, you are aware of any other kill team channel on YouTube. So, hey, we've all seen this behind me, right? We've seen all the Deathwatch loadouts, we got to click through all of this, blah, blah, blah. Great, love it. We then, this was months ago, we then got a new article yesterday, 2 days ago, which I didn't immediately cover because I didn't really see, it felt like a hobby article to me. That's not the life I'm about, as you know. However, the more that I've looked at this and seen people talking about it, the more I think there's actually real value in this, because I think, although Toon World is going to give us 10 Space Marines of a Deathwatch flavour, I think that going into the future, Deathwatch will be resold as a 5-box team. So let's talk about that and let's see how we can get the most out of our Deathwatch teams. So the first thing you need to know is, so basically here, they've shown us when you get your sprue, oh, like, let me unsmallen myself, sorry. No, I've moved something. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Sorry, this is professional YouTube. I'm small, all right. That's what she said. Okay, so, yeah, here we go. Basically, they just made it very clear and very obvious, like, these two use the same pose. Let me embiggen you. There you go. Lovely. These two use the same pose. These two use the same pose. These two use the same pose. These two use the same pose, as does the Breacher, because they confirmed something that's very important to us here. Somewhere. Third operative, no. Oh, it must be at the bottom, mustn't it? So, firstly, the Gravis armor pattern comes with 3 options. Make a choice between the Horde Slayer Veteran, the Bombard, or the Breacher Veteran. And as we can see the sprues, we can see there is a single Gravis armor body. And not only do we only get to make one, they also confirm in this article that on the table you can only ever take one. So you cannot take 3 Gravis. You don't seem to have a restriction on the Phobos. But no matter what you do, as far as they've told us so far, you get to take as many of you as you want of everything else. But then these 3 Marines, these 3 Gravis, as we have seen them from here, only ever get shown, like, you can only ever put 1 on the board. This is the key to making a 5-man team work. So first things first, if you're buying Toon World, you can you build both. And when I say both, you might be saying, but there's 3 there. You shouldn't say both. But I think we all have to know, agree, and accept that if you are building your Breacher, because he is a clearly different pose to these 2, and you then build one other, a Bombard or a Horde Slayer, I strongly suggest you pick the one you think looks cooler. They are an identical pose. Like, even to the way they are holding their gun at a weirdly low angle. So I don't think anybody would have any issues with you building one of these 2 and then saying, oh, I know he's built with a frag cannon, but I'm gonna play him with whatever it is. It's an Infernus heavy bolter, right? I think, yeah. Because there could only possibly be one 40mm base on the board on your team. Honestly, I'm not saying you should do this, but if you build the Breacher, he's still the only 40mm base on your team on the board at any time. You could just say he's one of these 2 as well. So we'll talk about that. Okay, cool. Right, there you go. That's how we're starting. Let's move on. Let's discuss everything else about this. So obviously, whenever we get to Saturday and you can start hearing what the rules are and you can start to mentally plan what is my default team if I'm only getting 5 instead of 10. Because a lot of people are saying that the price of Toon World is a bit too high and they're thinking of splitting things down. Of course, you could split down. I'm keeping the Deathwatch, I'm selling everything else. But you could also only buy 5 Deathwatch, which is 3 sprues. You don't need 10. And as we can see from this sprue of 3, this 3 sprue, and we know you get 6 sprues of Deathwatch in this box. They've confirmed all of this. you can sell 5 Deathwatch models. Those will sell like hotcakes on eBay or wherever you're selling them. Of course, that you then get an issue. You run into a slight issue of, but let's say you're doing that, okay? This is, sorry, I'm putting this out here because it occurs to me that in 3 months' time, when the Deathwatch release, all of the guides from right now are going to be about, hey, just build all the specialists, and no one is going to be talking about what's a 1-box build, because we didn't realize that was going to be how it works. And the thing that's really pushed me over to think that, yeah, when the Deathwatch Kill Team releases, it will be 5 models, is that 5 models is 3 sprues. The most number of sprues GW has ever put into one of their boxes of that size is 4. They have never put 6 sprues into a box that size, and they're not going to change the form factor of the Deathwatch box. You're going to get 3 sprues and a card sheet. That's it. Okay? So that's the reality. So you buy this, you have enough for 5 models built however you want. Cool. That's locked in. You then run out of bodies. Bodies are legs and torsos. And backpacks, I guess, but that's fine. Those are easy enough to figure out. You also run out of left shoulder pads in the Deathwatch variety. That's something to consider. What you have an abundance of are heads, right shoulder pads, and every weapon option that you didn't build here. So I think it's very clear that the next question is, how can you maximize that single box that you've built from Toon World or from in 3 months' time when you've bought it? And that is 2 ways. The number one and obvious reason, because look, you don't need to have a Deathwatch shoulder pad. You can buy the Deathwatch upgrade sprue, which gives you shoulder pads. You can do that. Or I guess you can 3D print them and such. You do not need to have this little thing on the back of your backpack. It would be nice if you had something, as technically it would change the visibility silhouette of your model, but like, who cares? It's not really that big of a deal in most people's opinion. But if you wanted to add a little something on there, then you'd probably just go and buy the Infiltrators or Incursors. Buy 5 of them, because they also have a little bit on their backpack. And if we're being honest, Deathwatch are kind of stealthy based, like Spec Ops, which is more Phobos coded. Anyway, moving on. So your best bet to maximize this is to just go and find 5 cheap bodies. Your absolute best way to do that is to go here, the old eBay. I just typed in Space Marine Intercessor. You can get 5 of them, £17 delivered. There you go. You now have a full 10-man squad of Deathwatch. How are you going to get your hands on another Gravis body? Good luck. Thank you. However, you do have other options. Not everybody wants to buy secondhand, or whatever. Or perhaps after I've posted this, you now cannot buy any 5s. So what is the next best way if you're just buying normally? So your best bet is just to buy a 5-man box of Marines. So we assume that in 3 months, we assume that the Deathwatch box is going to cost £44. That will give you the sprue that you've just seen to make 5 models plus your token sheet. So this is just buying from Wayland Games here, which I have an affiliate link with, by the way, but with Element and Wayland in the UK, blah, blah, blah. I'm not here to promote stuff. Let's just get this done, right? So this is a 5-man squad. People said, oh yeah, Stone Guard Veterans, you could pick them up. And sure enough, they're on a 32mm base, and you literally just pull the arms off them and put the arms that you still have from your Deathwatch box on them instead. There you go. You now have your full 10-man squad. And you know what? Screw getting a Gravis, just put one of them on a 40mm base. That's it. That's literally all you need to do for this. And that is a done squad. However, I thought that, oh yeah, okay, sure. But there is one kit that I like to always use because it's got the best Space Marine conversion bit. Anytime I look at doing a Space Marine hobby project, I check to make sure I have this box ready to go because it has every possible weapon. And so why not, if we're spending £32, which is 20% off RRP, so 40 quid, why not pick up for the same price another 5-man Space Marine squad, the Sword Brethren. Guys, if you're already taking all of the arms off and you're just building them otherwise, this is the significantly better option in my opinion. Now, I like robes on power armor, but I'm more thinking about taking it forwards for future hobby projects. Like, I'm currently looking at, we had this stuff confirmed by GW, never leaked, confirmed by GW, and I none of these are inspiring me, right? So I'm like, you know what? I will go ahead and I'm gonna make my own version. I'm gonna make loyalist what are they called? Widow hunters? Murder wings. Widow hunters, that'd be, Jesus, it's bleak. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll make these. Where can I get all, like, a loyalist version of all these weapons? Yeah, from this kit. Because this kit has, like, so many good options. So I would strongly recommend for the hobbyists out there, you hoes, the Black Templar Sword Brethren. Yeah, that's the one. If you do not like the fact that they have capes, you don't have to build them with capes, although it's pretty weird to not like Space Marines with capes. I guess the only thing that I would, we're all talking about the price of Tomb World and blah, 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 etc., etc. And you want to kind of claw back as much money as you can from that high sticker price. Totally fair, totally understand it. And you're thinking, okay, I'm going to sell off the other half of this kit because I don't care about them being Deathwatch. I just want them to be on the board. I'm going to paint them all the same colour. They're still going to look like black Space Marines with a silver arm. Who cares? And you've already got one of these. The only thing I would say is, so far, the highest priced kill team has been £44. That might go up. It might go to 46. Maybe they see Deathwatch. They see, dollar signs in their eyes, right? So this goes to 46. Maybe. It would be outrageous, but 47.50. Even if that happened, but let's go back to 44. Even if it comes out as 44, buying another 5-man squad is only RRP of 40. So it's kind of your call on that. If you want to start, prepping now and you want to buy one of these 5-man boxes and you don't want to go through eBay to make it actually genuinely under half the price, do you want to save a little bit now? You're saving 10%, from 44 to 40. It's kind of your call. Your call. Who knows what? Shall we have a quick terrifying look? What's eBay currently doing from what are they called? Deathwatch, right? Deathwatch Kill Team. What do we think? Oh, is it even going to show? We've got £70. Okay, we've got 70 quid. Okay, all right. So, but again, so it's two teams. I hate to say this, but if GW has gone for real sticker shock on that Tomb World, but that Deathwatch Kill Team is 2 sets of Space Marines, which are going to cost you, even when you look at money off, they're going to cost you £35 each. And here it's for 70. You're actually buying this at the cheapest point you will be able to buy, even when you look at this and it looks crazily expensive and you're thinking it's one kill team, it should be max 50. I don't know, man. Okay, there you go. These are the thoughts that I had. I just thought it was kind of interesting as I finally made up my mind that, you know what, yeah, these 3 sprues are a kill team. The 6 sprues aren't a kill team. No kill team's been that big. Tomb World is giving us 2 Deathwatch kill teams, and so some people might be selling half their Deathwatch because they only want the 5-man. So now that, you know, GW's kind of shown that for sure, I hope that, you know, the content creators doing their review day releases put in like, hey, here's a 1-box build, knowing that a 1-box build means 5 models as opposed to 10. Cool. All right, well, hopefully you've enjoyed. Hey, if you found it interesting, you found it helpful, drop me a like and a comment. The comment can be, if you're a Deathwatch fan, are you selling half of it? Or that doesn't make sense, of course you're not. All right, good, great engagement bait, Andy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'll see you the rest of the week with more stuff.